My name is David Higbee. I'm the Executive Director of Bridge Lacrosse Dallas.
Okay, and could you tell us a little bit about what you do?
So Bridge Lacrosse is essentially a sports nonprofit. Our focus is building healthy student athletes, developing after-school programs, and enriching communities through our sport of lacrosse.
Okay. And what neighborhoods do you work in around Dallas? Maybe?
So we've primarily focused on South Dallas. We have three schools that are rather the Irma Rangel School, Barack Obama Male Leadership Academy, and St. Philip's. And we've actually just recently, in the past few months, started branching out into West Dallas.
Are you from any of these neighborhoods?
No, I'm not actually. I'm from Oklahoma originally. I've been in Dallas for about 4 years and started coaching and kind of worked my way up the food chain and kind of just took over the role of executive director about a year ago. So.
Was your work mainly what brought you to Dallas, or what else?
My background is actually biomedical science, so I have really no academic standing in nonprofit. I actually came down here for a life sciences industry job, and sort of bounced around. But because I'd always been coaching, I'd always been a part of the organization, and essentially just working my way up the food chain.
Let's see, where in Dallas do you live, and has this work affected how you engage in the neighborhood or community that you live in?
I live downtown, so near Main Street Garden. I can't say that it's had a lot of influence. It's closer to South Dallas, so it's convenient for me as far as driving. A lot of our sort of support and donor base is in North Dallas, and so it's kind of a nice, geographically it's nice in between the two neighborhoods that we sort of work with.
Okay, you seem to be bridging kind of the north and south extremes.
It's kind of the idea, yeah. Okay. So Bridge actually was an acronym started about 10 years ago. We sort of removed the acronym, but it was building relationships to initiate diversity, growth, and enrichment. We sort of done away with the acronym. But yeah, the idea is that we're taking North Dallas and introducing to South Dallas and vice versa. And so we get a lot of, really cool engagement because of that. So.
And what's kind of been an incentive to stay in Dallas mainly? Has it been the place, the people, the work?
I would say the people. There was an interesting blog post or something about what you see in Dallas isn't always what you get. You have to go search. You have to look for what makes Dallas special to you. And my wife and I took about 2 years to figure out what about Dallas really engaged us, really wanted us to stay around. We had really planned on moving for the first 2 years we were here, and we weren't setting up roots because we had the intention of leaving. Now that we've gotten past that, it's going to be really hard to leave, and we don't intend to anytime soon.
Well, you seem to be somewhat new to Dallas, or how long have you lived here?
I've been here for about 4 years.
Okay, so. And what's your experience been about the city?
I love Dallas. I think it's a city that allows you to be very entrepreneurial. It's we sort of say it's a blank canvas, and if you're a young professional like myself, you can kind of go in and do what you want, there's always going to be barriers to things, but I think in Dallas, it's easier to work around them, work through them, collaborate with people who are trying to do the same thing. And when you combine efforts like that, you can get a lot of very cool things done. And Dallas has definitely been that canvas for myself and some of the work and projects that I've joined on.
Is there anything you want to add? Any anecdotes or observations
about our organization?
About working in Dallas, or about your community involvement, or
I would say this event is a great example of what's happening in Dallas. There's a very, as a friend of mine put it, there's a very quiet movement in Dallas right now. It's a very small pocket of people who are going to be the next game changers. And the things that come out of an event like this, or a TEDx SMU event, or a Spark Club event, or whatever it may be, are going to have just a huge impact across the city, across the region, across the country, whatever it may be. So being a part of these organizations, these groups, these events is going to have so much greater impact than just being here for 6-7 hours.